Hey everyone, let's talk about Bitcoin. Hey everyone, my name is Michael Whitman and I teach people how to trade. If you guys are interested, please consider subscribing to the channel, 100% free. Now let's get forward. Now, guys, we know we had the double top, we know we came down a little bit here, and this big moment that we're looking at the moment, look at that. Failed breakout number 1, 2, 3, and you see today we're coming down a little bit. I'm not too concerned. We talked about this a few days ago. You notice how I mentioned that if we wanted to break out just maybe 2 to 3 days ago, this is what was going to happen, which was just a huge ask, a massive ask. We have to break above the trend line, the 20, the 50, and this Fibonacci line right here. That's usually too much to ask for any currency, stock, whatever you want to trade, even Forex. It's a little bit too much to ask. So, what are we looking at now? A dip. We'll look at the 4-hour chart here in a little bit to give you a little bit more insight information about what's going on here. But a dip, then a rip. What's going to happen here? Why is this a good thing? Well, we're going to be able to pop above the 20, first of all, because it's going to be a little bit further away from the fib and the 50 here. So let's just let it glide down maybe 1 or 2 more days. We're going to expect a dip. This is not going to be too hard of a line to break back above. In fact, I believe Bitcoin will have a big enough boom in the next few days when it actually gets above this level of support here, this yellow line at 56,844. We're going to break back above that and the 20 on the same exact day, I believe. From there, we get to challenge the Fibonacci level, which I don't think is going to be too hard. We might tap, come down, then break out above it, and then we deal with the 50. The 50 is going to be the big thing to worry about right now, but overall, I think we're going to pass it with maybe just a few days of struggling to get past it. And then from there, we start looking back for a potential cup and handle here. That's one opportunity. Otherwise, we're going to continue to trade this large pennant. So you can see the bottom trend line right there, up here, wave around as long as we want to, but at the end, I think we have enough bullish momentum to really pop us off and take us to the 80,000s, maybe even the 90,000s, maybe even higher, but you know how conservative I can be about these types of charts. Now, one thing to notice though here is we really do need to stay above this green level right here, this 54,000-ish. That's going to be your stop loss if you guys are holding any positions, because if we break down below this one, we're possibly coming back down to maybe $52,000 or so, which will give you a much better buying opportunity, so you're just saving some money there. We've held on to the support level for months now, so it's a very, very strong support level, which is why I have so much confidence if you wanted to buy on that later on, if we actually have the opportunity. Who knows, we may take off before then. Now, let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Here we got the 4-hour chart, everybody. This one looks a little bit more bearish than you would like, but we still have an opportunity to have a nice pop here, hopefully. Now what you're looking at, we did have a nice little crossover here with the 20 crossing over the 50 on the 4-hour. It's a little bit of a bullish action, which is why you saw this pop right here. We ended up getting shorted because right there was the 20-day moving average, and this is the 4-hour chart, so you're not going to see the 20-day obviously. But what you could expect to happen in the next few hours potentially is this 20 crossing back down below the 50 here. That may happen sometime tonight or sometime later on today. So that may actually cause us to come right back down here until maybe about $56,000, $55,500. I'm not too concerned if that happens because I think that'll be the floor around here if we do take that dip. And then from there, we can start moving sideways or even go down a little bit lower and then start ripping off once the 20 comes down here a little bit more. And something you might have noticed on the daily chart and or this chart, I have this oscillator down here. This oscillator is pretty similar to the one you're going to see on the day chart, except the day chart had a little bit more bullish tendency on it. But you can see right now, we're still at the low point. We need time to curl back up here, and when that goes positive, that's probably going to be a good buying sign for you guys. More on the daily than on the 4-hour, but you can still use that logic here. Once it starts popping up positive, that's when you guys can start buying and making some good profits off it, okay? You don't have to wait for the peak here, you just have to wait for it to actually change. And right there, look at that. Boom. Right there. Even if you buy anywhere across here, as it broke the 50, whatever, the 20, you would still make some good profits off of that. So make sure to pay attention to these oscillators as I have them on the screen as well. Thanks everybody and have a great, great rest of your day. Don't be surprised if we have a dip and rip in the following days / maybe week max. Thanks again.